apparently I'm a little bit older than I think I am, because 17 years ago, it was my first budget battle about should we add more police to the budget. And at that time, I can't remember exactly which year it was, but either it's the year that I caved in because we were mad at Mayor Bauman at the time, or it was the time that we successfully fought it back. The next year, the opposite thing happened. And as a result of our working against adding more police officers and asking all the same questions you're asking today. This is a 17-year-old fight about what are our police doing, where is the data, why do we need new police. There's been study after study after study after study. I ended up, in 2003, I ended up on the committee that was the police study committee. Warren Onken was punishing me. And we were arguing over should we have 1.8 officers or 1.9 officers. And I think we ended up at 1.9, I don't recall. And then that was supposed to stop the fighting. That was supposed to be the conclusive data. That was supposed to be the reason why we knew how many officers we needed. In 2007, there was a new report. That was the ADICO report. That was the report when I was sitting on the council floor of budget night, and I asked Chief Ray, please show us that study before I vote for these officers. I'm not going to vote for them unless you show us a study. And he did the thing that some police chiefs tend to do, and he just said, I don't have to. And we never got that study that night, but yet the council voted to add more police officers. Now it turns out that EDICO study, which was a new way of looking at things, instead of the 1.6 or 1.7 or 1.8 per thousand, is now not exactly the way they wanted either. So now they want to go back to, should it be 1.8 or should it be 1.9? It seems like year after year after year, we have the same discussions. Different methodologies get thrown out there, but the same thing keeps happening every single year. The result is the same. More police officers, more police officers, more police officers. 94 police officers have been added since I first sat in the seat here in the city council chamber. 94 more police officers. Did we add that equivalent amount of services to the Civil Rights Department? Did we add that equivalent amount of services to the Community Services Department, to the Community Development Department, to even the Streets Department? No. You all know that every single year the same thing happens. There's some sort of press releases about whatever the new trend is. Maybe it's burglaries, maybe it's sexual assaults on campus, maybe it's shots fired this year. But there's always like some sort of, in the summertime, there's some sort of press thing that is done with the public information officer that gives you all this information about why we need more officers. Then the mayor says, don't add any more than whatever percent. The police department always comes in asking for more than every other department. They write a memo, they politic, they send out the press releases, and the council caves every single year. Year after year after year after year after year. Please, let this be the year that you don't cave, that you consider the OIR report. Take it seriously this time and make a difference. Let's stop having this conversation every year. Like, can it be over with? Can we come up with a solution and stop just adding police officers because we're afraid that our constituents will be mad at us because it's a public safety issue? It's a big ask, I know, and I wasn't strong enough to do it when I was on the council. But seriously, this is a 17-year pattern that I've seen, and please don't continue it.
Thank you. Let me read off some additional registrations not wishing